I came across an interesting article on resourcemagonline.com, and it was in regards to the A7R2 and the lack of a full articulating or full flip out screen. Right now on the Sony cameras, they have a kind of crummy LCD screen that just kind of flips down and it flips up, but it doesn't flip to the side. And so with a camera like the GH4 or even the GH1 that I'm filming with now, you got a flip out screen. So like right now it's flipped to the side, flipped all the way around. So I'm in front of the camera and I can still see myself. I can make sure I'm in the frame and all that good stuff. On the Sonys, you can't do that. It just flips up and flips down. And I've kind of complained about this in other videos and I absolutely hate it. It's a really poor feature in my opinion. And it is nice to see, though, that it was a decision by Sony. Someone thought, hey, maybe we should add this full flip-out screen, and unfortunately, they decided against it. I'm glad they made the decision, but I think it was a bad decision, and here's why. They made the assumption, or maybe it's an actual true belief, I don't know, but they think that people value the lightweight and compact nature of the A7 cameras, which that's a great feature, especially if you want to put a camera on a drone, you want it to be as light as possible. Makes sense. But I think there's far more people who want to just be able to use the camera regardless of the position it's in. So whether they're behind it, to the side of it, above it, below it, or even in front of it, they want to be able to see that LCD screen. That to me is much more valuable than just saving a little bit of size and a little bit of weight on a camera, because you're not going to want to fly on a drone every camera you shoot with. And let's be real, a full frame camera, it's not exactly pocketable once you put a lens on it. Because the A7 cameras, they're full frame mirrorless cameras, you need big lenses to cover that sensor. So the moment you put a lens on there that's meant for full frame, you've totally lost the compact, small, lightweight nature of the camera anyway. And that small size, small form factor, lightweight also hurts the A7 cameras in my opinion, because it requires, it means that they have to use a smaller battery. They're trying to really shrink down the size, make the camera as compact as possible. And so they have these tiny little batteries that don't last long at all, which was a criticism people levied against Blackmagic on the pocket cinema camera, the cinema camera, and the production camera. They're like, we don't want, these big, bulky external batteries and having to do external power supplies. We want batteries that we can just swap in and out that are going to last a long time. Same thing people said about Red when they were doing the Red Volts and they only lasted like 30 minutes. People were really upset about that. And so I don't know why there's not the same kind of outrage towards Sony. Maybe there is, I just haven't come across it. But in my opinion, it'd be much more valuable to have a little bit bigger camera. Maybe it's a little bit heavier, but give it the full flip out screen, give it a bigger battery, and let's actually have some hardware that matches with the software specifications that Sony's giving us. The software specs on these Sony cameras are getting fantastic. They're offering 4K internal on the A7R2. That's awesome, especially for a full frame camera that's mirrorless. It's like almost perfect, but the hardware is so limited, and it just makes me want to steer away from those cameras just because now they're running into overheating issues, talking about like, oh, well, we've crammed everything into this really small space, and yeah, it's overheating, but that's kind of the science of it. Well, make the camera a little bit bigger. Like I said, you're already putting full frame lenses on there. It's going to be bigger. You're not going to be able to put it in your pocket if it's got a lens on it. So what does it matter if it's a little bit bigger, so it gets some room to breathe, get a bigger battery, get a flip out screen so you can do this kind of stuff, and you'd have a killer camera. It's funny that the GH4 is even able to compete with the Sony cameras, because on paper, the Sony cameras, the specs blow Panasonic's offerings out of the water. They destroy Canon, they destroy Nikon. All that's lacking is the hardware. Just get the hardware right, make a camera like it can look exactly like a 5D or a D800 or a GH4 or an NX1. Like, make it a little bit bigger, have a nice hand grip on there so you can actually hold the thing, and make it awesome. The software's already there. It's just a matter of Sony implementing the right hardware. So I don't know if they're going to do that on the next A7 camera. Like, there's been some rumor that the A7S might have a redesigned form factor. I kind of doubt it. The A7S II, I should say, the next version of that. So we'll see. In my mind, maybe what they do is they keep the A7 as is, keep the same batteries, keep the same form factor, but maybe make a separate mirrorless line, still full frame, still all the awesome software specs, but a little bit bigger, a little bit beefier. So there's some weight and some awesomeness to the camera, because I don't want a heavy camera, but I want a camera that's usable in any position and for an extended period of time, and not like the battery's going to die after 60 minutes. So I really hope Sony implements something like that, because if they did, they could dominate the market, especially for video.